Good morning to all. Myself Selvakumar, Assistant Professor in ACE, Government College of Engineering, Sengipatti, Tanjavur. Now I am going to lecture about the topics telecommunication and network management. Before entering into the subject, we have to discuss about the what is meant by telecommunication, network, and management. So telecommunication means to sharing the information from one person to the another person via some physical medium. Uh, Telecommunication are sharing the information from the one device to the another device, either it is a voice call or data, anything. Now network, what is meant by network? Network means sharing the information among the group of peoples, which is called the network. That here the word given in the title management. This management is used to manage the network among the group of peoples, that was done by the management. For that, for managing that sharing of information, which was done by the uh, is a network center that is called the network operation center. That network operation center will manage all the networks, whatever the needs of the end users and other things that the information shared between among the users. So next slide. Topics overview. In the topics overview is basics of network management, network management standard, management model, organization model, information model, function model. So, but in this session, we are going to discuss about the basics of network management. What is the management do in sharing the information? That is the basics of network management. So, basics of network management. This basics of network management can be defined as operation, administration, maintenance, provisioning of network and services. The management of the network has to be maintained the information that should be shared among these peoples, and also and administer the information that you have to store the information and everything. And maintenance means if you have any problem in that, you have to restore the problem, solve the problem and restore the services to the user. Provisioning means you have to provisioning means that is an engineering group that has to develop the information with its easiest way with the cheapest cost, and also without error. That's all done by the provisioning management. So this network management can be classified as four groups. One is the operation, administration, maintenance, and provisioning. So this operation group is concerned with daily operation providing the network service. Daily operation providing this group, the responsibility of this group is to providing the network service to the users and other network users. You have to manage the daily operations. What will be the daily operation? For example, daily operation means these operation groups have the responsible for somebody is have recharged. For example, we are a mobile, we are using a mobile, we are recharging in the prepaid and postpaid technology. So if it is a prepaid technology, the date will be elapsed. Then the operations should be stopped for that users, and that should not be affect the other users. This handling of the informations and everything for the network services done by the operation groups. And another one is the administration group. So these administration groups manages the overall goals and policies and procedure of the network management. So there will be, for example, in a concern, there will be administrative group, and then the different departments are there. So from the different departments, they are gathering the information from them, gathering the data from them, and gathering the positive and negative feedback, and then that administration group will establishing and administering to what to be done, what to be done, what to be happened to achieve the goals and policies. This is the network administration group. And another things, installation and maintenance groups. These installation and maintenance groups simply called as the installation and repair of facilities and equipment. So, for example, whenever I am purchased BSNL modem or any Geo modem, the installation group has come to there, and then they install the basic needs to access the network and sharing the information, and these things are done by the installation group and the maintenance groups. If any problems happened, but loss of data, but data will not send or received, that will be repaired by the maintenance group. Provisioning group. This provisioning group is the uh, we provisioning group. We call it as the uh, planning and circuit provisioning, which involves the network planning and circuit provisioning. Network planning, circuit provisioning, traditionally handled by the engineering. So the provisioning group, we call it as the engineering group. Whether the goal of the engineer, whether the engineer have to plan the network. First, you have to plan the network and in the easiest way, and what type of modulation have to be done, what type of uh, uh, transmission have to be done, what type of protocols have to be done for easiest operation, and the data should be sent to the end users. For example, in a village, we cannot install any fiber optic cable still now, but how to use some of the additional technologies, that new technologies and new provisions are handled by the provisioning department. These are the basics of the network management. In the basics of network management, there are four groups in there, are combined together to run a telecommunication networks. So the goal of network management functional group is, as I already stated, that the different four groups. These four groups, how they are grouping their functions. That network provisioning service. So network provisioning service is the responsibility of the engineering groups. So these engineering groups keep tracks of new technologies and introduce them as needed. What is the um, role of engineering group? You have to keep track of new technologies. What are the new technologies come into these force? Have to introduce as the need of the users, and what is needed when it's needed to be done by the network provisioning group. So and designing the network planning and designing are done by the engineering group. So this network operation services, what are the network operation service? Fault management or service restoration, configuration management, performance management, security management, accounting management, reports management, accounting management, reports management. This network operation services having the having the more responsibility of maintaining the reports and the accounting of the each of the data, how much data is used, how much data is remaining, what are the applications they run in that mobile, and how much time they are using. These things are all handled by the network operations and the network maintenance group. This network maintenance groups, as I already stated, that they are used for the installing the network, repairing the network, and routine network test. They are used to take the routine network test whether the data is reached to the users without any distraction, without any network failure. And if any problems occurs, it's continuously diagnosed day by day. It continuously diagnose the day by day. After diagnosing day by day, according to the statistical report, the network maintenance group uh, is maintain the network. These are the three functional groups that will be major in the network management: network provisioning service, network operation service, network maintenance service. So, goal of network management, that continuation, this is already stated. This goal of network management ensures that the users of network are provided users of network provided IT service with the quality of service that they expect. With the quality of service. What is that? So the management has to give the quality of the output to the users. Then only the users can be leave the network, or they are not expecting. It is a maximum. It is a business oriented. So in the network management, they are business oriented. You have to give the new things, new technologies for easiest way, for the easiest way that the users can access the internet and calling purpose for voice call and communication purpose, everything. So network management involve strategic and tactical planning of engineering, operation and maintenance of overall, and for current and future needs at minimum overall cost. At a minimum overall cost and future needs at a minimum overall cost. If new technologies comes, so already they are buying technology for previously the landline customer. So without the extra cost, the network management plan planning tactical planning to give the service at the advanced technology with minimum overall cost. Already they are in the current technology. For example, here I said that if I am using an Android mobile, in Android mobile I am using any one of the applications, Google Chrome or anything. So any new technologies comes for the users, for user friendly, they are using it minimum time, they are using with minimum time. uh, they are enjoying that enjoying the features of Google Chrome. They have the use the protocols that have to easily updated. So for that Google Chrome update, we are going to replace a laptop or mobile is not satisfied for the users. So that is the major planning of the engineering. This things will be involved in the network management. So it consists of three categories. That is discussed: network provisioning, network operation, network maintenance. So elaborately, I discussed the network provisioning. So the network provisioning. Network provisioning means the responsibility of the engineering group. Network provisioning means responsibility of the engineering group. The responsibility of engineering means they have to plan the network to the users. For example, if a bank if a bank customers are there, other than the academic customers are there. Academic means the college groups. If the bank groups, they are using an ATM machine. They are also needed of the network, internet. For that internet, they are using the data in terms of kbps. Whereas in the college groups, whereas the college groups as an academician, they use the internet uh, in terms of mbps and gb. They need of daily 2 GB or 3 GB they need. So the planning of the requirement of the customers and the responsibility requirement of the customers and the need of the users is is analyzed and give the correct specification to the users by planning and designing the network. This is a major talks done by the engineering group. So the engineering groups, that's new technology and introduce as needed. If it is some new technologies are introduced, in older days we are using that um, coaxial cable for telecommunication. Now this coaxial cable is replaced by the fiber optic cable, because the coaxial cable having the very lesser bandwidth, so slow speed. Now the new technology is fiber optic communication. This fiber optic cable is used in the telecommunication. Now they are in the digital telecommunication they are used. So this new technology is replaced, and this use of these new technologies, the number of customers can be increased. So infinite number of bandwidth can be used in the use of fiber optic technologies. So these fiber optic technologies are introduced by the engineering group. That is the one of the part of the network provisioning. So another one is what is needed and when is needed. So what is needed and when is needed? So if data provided for the networks to the users, so there are several areas or groups. So sometimes they are unable to detect uh, towers, unable to detect towers, and they are having the more traffic. So the data upload and download speed is very lesser due to the rush hours. Due to the rush hours, these performance and statistical report are to be taken by the uh, network operations services that will be uh, analyzed by the engineering groups, that is the network provisioning groups, and provide the give the good performance of data provided, good performance of the data to the provided. This is the one of the task of the network provisioning. Next is the planning and efficient use of equipment. Planning and efficient use of equipment can be achieved with good inventory management of current and future modification network configuration by the network provision. This already discussed in this slide also. Next group is network operation and NOC, where NOC means network operation center. The function of the network operation are administered by the NOC. So administered by the NOC means there will be some center, there is some base station or is some center, some junction or there, that is called the network operation center. So these network operation centers will give the providing the service of the daily service to the customers without any distraction, without any breakup, without any voice break, without any data loss. Everything will be done by the network provisioning, network operation services. So for that, the ISO International Standard Organization has defined 5 OSI network management application. So the OSI means Open System Interconnection. This is one of the protocol, OSI protocol. OSI protocol which has 7 layers. That is the physical layer, data link layer, logical layer, application layer, and so on. So this in this OS network management application, there are 5 things have to be considered, that is the fault configuration, performance, security, and account management. And the account management, this network operation center has the responsibility of maintaining this protocol and to manage the fault configuration and performance and security and account management. Fault means if any fault occurs, that you have to be restored and give the instruction to the maintenance groups. Configuration and also it's also given to the maintenance groups. Performance, if there should be every data will be stored and the performance of the data will be stored on the master database, and that database will be analyzed and then given to the provisioning group. Security, the data to be sent from one user to the another user, it should be secured. If it is not secured, means anyone can for example, if we are using the banking password for online banking, they are given that first of all they are giving the banking ID number and the password. Now they are every 3 months, the network provider of the bank advised to change the password every 3 months. This is also one of the security purposes. This security purpose, and also moreover, previous days they are giving the instructions. They are all giving the instruction as don't use the password as your name or the child name or any your bike number or car number. So this will be easily identified by the others. This management are taken by the security management, that will be responsible by the network operation centers. So another is the it is responsible gathering statistics and generating reports for management, support, system support, and the users. So the network operation center is responsible is to gathering the statics of the data, the statics of the data that is used by the user, what plan that the user have availed. These are things are uh, responsible or maintained by the network operation center. They are for generating reports. They are generating reports for system and supporting and the users. For system is going for the main database and supporting users. The users, the data, how much data they are used, how much calls are there done. If it is a postpaid network, at the end of the month, the bill will be come uh, to the users with a mail or in a letter, anything, right? That data will be generated by the network operation center, and how much usage they used in this month, that will be all responsible for the network operation center. So next, fault management or service restoration. So whenever there is a service failure, network operator is responsible to restore service as soon as possible. To restore the service as soon as possible. So detection and isolation of the problem causing the failure and restoration of service. So where the fault is there, and isolate the problem and restore the service to the users. So and also the fault management and the service restoration is responsible. This done by the network maintenance group, network maintenance group, that yeah, they are responsible also that periodic analysis of the fault, it will be occurred or not, that statistical report have to be maintained, and also they have to make the reports whenever these problems, it is in the rush hours or in the morning hours or in the early hours or in the rain season or in the cloudy season or in the very hot season. So this management have to be are responsible for the network maintenance groups. Trouble ticket, next topic, next subheading is trouble ticket. So it is an administrative part of the fault management and used to track problems in the network. So if it is a problems occurs, where is the problem is occurs, where is the problem is occurs, that are all have to be maintained by the trouble ticket administration. And already discussed that periodic analysis of the data which are maintained in the database. Configuration management. This configuration management having the three sets of configuration are there. Three sets of configuration are there. One is the static configuration. Static configuration is the permanent configuration of the network. If a user purchase a modem for usage of their internet, the modem, there will be some modem ID, and given that for that, and user ID password is there, is a permanent configuration. And then the second is the current running configuration, and then is a planned configuration. Is the configuration of the future, is the configuration of the future as the data change, network changed, data change or network change. Suppose if any new technology have to be updated in the existing modem. So for example, the modem purchased by the user at a cost of 2000 rupees. So any new technologies comes, you go and ask, you have to update to the new technology, then only this problem is solved. They are very vexatious stage. The user is a very vexatious stage. So at the time, the configure of the future, you can easily update the same modem, update the software in the same modem. This is all the configuration, that is a planned configuration. Whenever the modem is given to this, that will have to be updated in the future also. So performance management, this performance management timely, is to gather the information and data, keep it updated in the timely fashion to perform the function of the optimum performance, to give the as tuned to the optimum performance, give the proper performance, pin drop performance given to the network. These are mm, done by the, this response was done by the performance management. This performance management is one of the network operation group. Another one is the security management. It physically securing the network as well as access to the network by the users. It's already discussed. Accounting management. Accounting management is administer cost allocation of the usage of the networks. So that accounting management, that users how much data is used, how much cost is recharged, and how much of resources they used, and how the service they are availed, what are the service to be provided. These things are to be given by the responsible by the accounting management. This accounting management, one of the network operations group. Network installation and maintenance. If any fault occurs, take care of all activities of the installation and networks management. This group is the arm of the engineering group for installation, fixing troubles. So if this installation and maintenance group, for example, if engineering group is planning and designing a network, that network is reached to the end user or any problems fixed in the middle or any other places or any uh, equipment has to be changed. These are given by the network installation maintenance group to the engineering group, that is the provision groups. Then only that the provisional group, that is the engineering group, can accommodate and uh, can analyze these problems, and then they are rectify the problems. I hope that you are all got a clear idea about the network management. So, in the goals of network management and what are the functioning in the network management, that is a network provisioning, network operation services, network maintenance service. So, what are the sub function of the network maintenance and the operations? Everything will be discussed in this session. So the next session you have to discuss about the network management standard. Next session you have to discuss about the network management standard. So finally, from the conclusion, telecommunication network management is when this network telecommunication to the telecommunication means sharing of information from one users to another users. Network means group of users. Management managing the transmission of the information from the users to the another users among the group of users. I hope that you are all getting the clear idea about the telecommunication network management and basic and goals of the network management. Thank you.